Hello, friends and family. Welcome back to our channel. I hope that you are doing well. Today, we're going to have a new discussion, and we're going to talk about how to live our best life while we are in a transitional period. Yup, you heard that correctly. So if you're interested in the content, stay tuned. And if you're ready, my brothers and sisters, let's get into it. Welcome back to Choosing to Live Now. My name is Taneshia. I want to thank you so much for joining our conversation today. Listen, my brothers and sisters, if you have been a part of our community at any given time, you know that one of my greatest passions is to help people to live their best life now, especially when it pertains to them pursuing their passion, a goal that they've set for themselves, or the purpose that they have in their life. But you know what, my brothers and sisters, something came to mind to me for you today that I wanted to sit down and talk to you about. And that is this. While it is wonderful and ideal that we live out our purpose and we do all of the things that are necessary to go from existing to living, the reality is in every domain of each of our lives, we will always find ourselves in a place of transition. Yeah, sometimes we are working at a job during the day, and then we might be doing other things in the evening. Sometimes we have goals and dreams and visions for our future, but we are so inundated in the things we're responsible for that it is difficult for us to really be able to focus on our dreams, our goals, and our aspirations. And what typically occurs when we spend years and years or months of our life focusing on the things that we're responsible for as opposed to the things that we love and care about, we end up getting very frustrated. We sometimes can become overwhelmed, and it can set a toll on our mental health because we feel like we are stuck in the life that we're living. But today, my brothers and my sisters, I wanted to have a little bit of a conversation with you. I want you to know that there are things that you can do when you are in a transitional period to make your life worth living. But before we get to that, my brothers and sisters, let's talk about the reality that you are an amazing human being. Now, you might be saying, Taneshia, girl, I've done nothing for you to say that I'm amazing. You don't even know me like that. How do you mean that I'm amazing? Here's why. Every single day of your life, you are getting up. You are doing what is required. Even if you don't feel like doing it, you are making things happen in your life. There are so many people around you that depend on you. Things in your world would not get done if it was not for you. And I want to take this opportunity, my brothers and sisters, to celebrate you, to celebrate the fact that every single day you keep showing up for the world around you. And every day that you do that, your life and the people around you's life is better because you show up. Yes. If you didn't know you were amazing, let me tell you how amazing you are. It doesn't matter if you've started your journey toward your purpose, your vision, your goals. It doesn't matter if you're just working just to survive. It doesn't matter if you are existing rather than living. Every day you are getting up and showing up, and that is everything. And I want to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, to continually be kind to yourself on the journey, because this life that we are in is a journey. It's a journey. Every day is not going to be an exciting and amazing day of an accomplishment we would have hoped that we would have met. Some days we are just surviving, and that is okay. because it is what it is. Listen, I want to give you a little bit of an example. You guys know, if you watched our last couple of videos, I've been sharing my own personal journey of some amazing things that I am working on. And the truth of that journey, my brothers and sisters, is this, is that I am having ups and downs. If you've been watching us, you might notice that my goal is to be on our platform discussing and chatting with you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But you'll notice that the videos will show up at random times throughout the week. And that's why, because life sometimes just be lifing. Yeah. And so what I have been really, really struggling with in my mind has been on the fact that it just feels like I can never get ahead the way that I want to, because the moment that I catch up in one area, there's another area of my life that needs attention. And what I finally had to realize is that, guess what? That is just the season for which I'm in. But what is important for me to do is to find ways to navigate my journey and to enjoy it, even though I am working on things that I do not like. Now let's talk a little bit about the journey. So let's talk about the different stages of life you might be in. My brothers and sisters, you may have already started your journey towards completing your goals and your dreams. You've already started that journey. And if you have, congratulations. This is the third month of the year. I am so excited for you. And you've started putting things into position. You might have even started your journey towards your purpose a couple of years ago, and you're on that middle stage where you're no longer a brand new business, or you're no longer in a brand new space in your journey, but you are now in a mid space where it's like you made some progress, but you're still not where you want to be. I still want to congratulate you because you're moving forward. The next place that you might be in, my brothers and sisters, is you might be working your 9-to-5 job every single day. You might decide that you want to build capital before you really start working on your goal. You might have said to yourself, I have about 5 to 7 years before I retire from the current work that I'm doing, and so I don't want to start anything new until I am sure that I have completed this task that I'm working on first. And I want to say congratulations to you, because you have already made a plan. Others of us on this journey right now, we might be here on this journey confused. We know that we don't like where we are right now. We might even be working a job or in a situation that we hate. That is great still. I want to congratulate you. Why? It's because even though you don't know what you want to do exactly, you already have one notion in mind, that you don't like where you are. Having contention in your life is a very great way to begin the journey of you starting something new. So even though you might feel like, I'm not doing anything, everybody around me is doing something, I'm not doing anything, at least you finally know that where you are is not the place that you want to end up. Knowing that is really going to take you far moving forward. And then you might be on this journey where you have started a journey, moved towards your purpose, and then you said, you know what? This is a lot of work. I need to take a break. Yeah. And let's say the break has been 5 years. To you, my brothers and sisters, I want to congratulate you for at least getting started. Remember, in our last discussion, we talked about the idea that 95% of the people never even attempt to live out their dream, their goals, or their purpose in life. Yes. And so the fact that you've gotten started, but you stopped, the idea that you got started gives us the indication that if you could start once before, you have the ability to start again. If there is life and vitality in your body, you have an opportunity. So I want you to really think about yourself in a meaningful way. But as we're on the journey, no matter where we are, we've talked about it in previous conversations that there are going to be ebbs and flows. Change is going to impact us. There are going to be things beyond our control. For example, right now, there is a lot of conversation about what's going on in Europe currently, and everyone is concerned. We see gas prices have risen. We see that food costs are going up. There's inflation, and there is this dis-ease all in our world and in our communities because we do not know what's going to happen next. And my brothers and sisters, I come to tell you today that change is inevitable. Remember we talked about that? We know that that is the case. But what we want to focus on right now is managing the things that we can control while we are. There are plenty of things that are going on that we cannot control. We can only change what we can change, right? And what we have control of, my brothers and my sisters, is how we navigate this transitional season in our life. As ebbs and flows are going on around us, if you and I could stay focused on what our ultimate goal for our life is, whether we are working on it or we plan to work on it in the future, we can keep our mental health stable because we internally are stable. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so, my brothers and sisters, the way that we keep ourselves stable is by following some steps that I have written out for us to help us to manage our transitional period of life better. You ready? We about to get into it. Here we go. Number 1, work on developing and enjoying a hobby. What'd you say, Taneshia? Listen, my brothers and sisters, when you're in a transitional season of your life and you can't fully do the things that you love to do, that you're purposed to do, that you have a goal to do, a great way to get your creativity moving is by enjoying a hobby. And you might be like, girl, what in the world does that have to do with me in a transitional period? And that's a great question. What a hobby tends to do for you is it transitions your mental health from a place of anxiety and worry to a place of peace. Because when you're doing something that you love or that you find interesting, it causes you to have a moment in time where you're able to be still, where your mind is no longer racing on the things that you've not done well or that are not completed or that need to get done. This is the time for you to actually just be calm, to have peace. And you might say to yourself, Taneshia, I don't have a hobby. I would argue with you that that might be not true, but you might not even know what a hobby is. So people have hobbies in all kind of ways. You might have a hobby of people watching, which means you like to go outside, sit on a bench, and watch people and their interactions with the world around them. Another type of hobby that you might not think is a hobby is playing video games. I know, it's a hobby. For some people it's a job, but sometimes I have found some of the greatest inspiration in my life by playing Candy Crush on my phone. Yeah, it used to be one of my favorite games. It did. But whatever you think about, but it goes beyond that, right? So there are other things that you can do. For example, I have family members that knit and crochet and draw. They might do interior design, yeah. Or they might, for a hobby, they might watch interior design shows because it gives them inspiration. You might have a hobby of going on Pinterest, right? And designing a bedroom and thinking about ways to do things on a budget. You might have a hobby of meal prepping. Some people like to actually do that. Yeah. But here's the little kicker about the hobby. The more you work on hobbies in your free time, the more creativity will begin to flow inside of you. And what you might find is your ultimate purpose and goal in your life that you want to meet may not be something you can do right now, but maybe within your hobby, you might find that you have a gift or an interest that might open up an opportunity for you to start a YouTube channel, for you to start a clothing line, for you to create another way to make income outside of your 9-to-5 job that could actually set you free to be able to do what you ultimately want to do. So you never ever, my brothers and sisters, want to give up the idea of finding a hobby and or going to some of your old hobbies and using them as a way of inspiration. Am I saying you're going to do those hobbies all the time where it takes away from quality time where you could be working towards your goals? Absolutely not. But hobbies are really awesome when used in the right context of your life to be able to help you to have peace, to help stabilize your mental health, and to activate creativity. Number 2, vacation. What'd you say, Taneshia? Yeah, my brothers and sisters, vacationing is something you can do in your transitional period. Now listen, if you can afford, my brothers and my sisters, to go to Aruba, to Mexico, oh gosh, to Cancun. That is Mexico. Wait, where else? I don't know. Those are places I want to go to. I'm biased. Let me see. Puerto Rico. Yeah. Dominican Republic. All the places I want to go. Okay, back, focus. Let's focus. The point is, my brothers and sisters, is that vacationing, if you can afford that, go there. Make some time for yourself. Take the time to enjoy the season that you are in. If you can afford it, you'd be surprised about places that you could go to find inexpensive plane tickets that can get you to a location. You may not be able to stay for 7 days, but 3 days of a vacation, even if it's not a foreign vacation, if it's within the city or the country or the state that you live in, you can find places that you have never gone to ever and enjoy them separate from your own environment. Grab a hotel room or get an Airbnb. My brothers and my sisters, go to Verbo, somebody. 3 days, take some time off and really focus on you. Vacation is a powerful way to recharge, even if there's staycations, right? Where you're staying in your city or locally. Even if you are going on day trips, that could still be a form of vacation because you're changing scenery. Whatever it is, find a way to vacation if you are able to. That will recharge your mind. It will do what? Stabilize your mental health, help you to recalibrate, and to be ready for preparing for your future, working that job that you need to work until you can get to where you need to get to, or to figure out what to do next. Yes. Number 3, something else that we can do in our transitional period that is vitally important is use our free time to work on our exit plan. Yeah. So this is for my brothers and sisters who hate their jobs. Yeah. Who recognize that their job is not what they want to do. They are frustrated. They are annoyed. They might have been working virtually for 2 years, and now there's talk about going back in the office. That's just something that you don't want to do anymore because you recognize that you're more productive when you work from home. You like the idea to be able to take your lunch and to maybe do your workout that you usually could not do because you'd be stuck in traffic, or you like the idea that you can eat healthier food because you can prepare it and you don't have to worry about buying food. Whatever the case may be, you recognize that I don't want to do this anymore, or I'm working on a business. I've did it for years. It's my family's business. This is not my passion. I'm in school for something that I do not like, or I want to go to school. Whatever the case may be, use your free time to create an exit plan. And you might be saying, Taneshia, how in the world do I do that? Here's how you do it. What am I going to say? If you know me by now, you probably already know. You ready for it? Do the research. Let your smartphone make you smart. Yeah. Think about the things that you want to actually do. Really consider them. Spend the time in your free time. It might be 5 or 10 minutes a day that you have available. But whatever you do, make that time to create a little bit of an exit plan. You could literally take 15 minutes a day. Sit down and think about your exit plan. This is the thing, number one. Find out what you want to do. So your first step of creating an exit plan will be discovering how you want to exit. Number two, after you discover how you want to exit, then you're going to find out what are going to be the steps you need to take in order to be able to exit. What are the things you're going to need? How much money will you need to exit the way that you want to exit? How much time would that need? And that way you can actually have a solid plan. Because a lot of times we say, I'm going to do this or that as my exit plan, but we don't properly execute our exit plans because we don't have a proper exit strategy. Yes, my brothers and sisters, create an exit strategy after you figured out how you want to exit and what you would need to do to exit. Get that strategy together. Keep working on it 15 minutes a day. I challenge you, 15 minutes a day. Work on your exit strategy until it is complete. And then you can decide, my brothers and sisters, when you are ready to move out of where you are. Yes, my brothers and sisters, you know how I feel already. I don't believe any of us should do anything that we hate long term. And I believe that where there is a will, where there is a drive, there is a way. You don't have to stay stuck. If you can change your mind, you can change what? Yep, you said it right, your life. If we can change our mind, we can change our life. And being able to work on our exit strategy while we are in our transitional period, you will notice it will help your mental health, because now that you're researching and studying how to get out of where you are, it will lighten you at times, because it will help you to be able to recognize that, wait a minute, I didn't think I could get out of where I am now or ever, or even as soon as I wanted to. But as I do the numbers, maybe I can. All right. Number 4, another strategy for managing our transitional periods is this: plan epic weekends. Woo! My brothers and sisters, did you hear that? Plan epic weekends. You might be like, girl, are you for real? Yes. Yes. A lot of times we work our jobs 9 to 5 and we get so exhausted by the end of the week. We are asleep Saturday, Sunday. I gotta recharge. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Sometimes, my brothers and sisters, the greatest way to recharge is to have something to look forward throughout the week. Plan epic weekends. Now, granted, can you afford to do epic weekends every week? You might not be able to, but epic is relative. What is epic for you? Epic for you might be that you cook your favorite meals and watch a movie. Epic for you could be that you invite a few friends over and you play cards. Epic for you might be that you have video game challenges with your friends. Epic for you could be that you go on a weekend getaway somewhere local that you can just breathe, or you jump on a plane if you can afford to do that. Whatever you do, let your weekends be like a vacation. Let's not just wait to go on vacation once a year if we can help it. Find a way to make your weekends epic, something that is memorable, so that when Monday comes, you have no regret on the weekend. Epic for you could be to do a home spa treatment weekend where you soak your feet and you go get a massage, or you have, your significant other give you a massage. It might be that you take a hot bubble bath and you cut off the phone and you just focus on having a peaceful space. But whatever you do, let your weekends make you enjoy your life better. Go to a museum. Yeah. Go to a museum. Go to an art exhibit. Find out what's local in your area. If there is a festival in your area, they're typically very inexpensive. Some of them even could be free. They could be in the neighboring cities. Even in cold weather, there are inside things that can be done. But make your life meaningful by using your weekends to be epic. And you want to know why? Because when you have an epic weekend, it will do what? Stabilize your mental health, because you will feel like you have had an escape, number one. Number two, having an epic weekend and really enjoying your weekends regularly will help you to recognize how it would feel to live a life where you have freedom. Woo! And so then experiencing these things over and over again will give you potentially give you the drive to really work on your exit plan from things that you hate, or the drive to put forth the effort to make your vision come to pass. Yeah. My brothers and sisters, listen, epic weekends. So simple, but it can be so amazing if you use this strategy for yourself. Yeah. And here's my last strategy for you to deal with your transitional period. And that is prioritize self-care. Did you know I was going to say that? Yeah. Prioritize self-care, my brothers and sisters. Because we don't do that. There are things that we need. We've already gone on we've done our definition of what a need is. And we know that a need is an instance where we have a deprivation in our life that prohibits us from being able to have our well-being and to be able to live our best life. That is what a need is. We are deprived. So when we are getting self-care, we are going to meet the needs that we're missing. We're going to the doctor if that's the need. We're getting exercise in if that's what we need. We are taking time for ourselves. We are prioritizing our needs. We need to be built up on the inside to maintain this transitional period. Because listen, my brothers and sisters, what we do not want is for our life source to be taken away from us because we are so deprived in areas that we have needs in. Do you remember in our self-care video when I gave you the story about the men in my life allowing their life source to be completely depleted because their needs were never met? That is the reason why we prioritize self-care. Because when we prioritize self-care, we build up ourselves where we have needs, where there are deficits, so that we have the energy, the strength, and the vitality to accomplish the goals that we have set out to accomplish, my brothers and sisters. Yeah. And so in my ending statement today, here's what I want to say to you. I am here with you. Yeah. These are all things that I have done and am doing. I hope that they are successful for you. In addition to that, every single strategy on this list is backed up in research that can help you with your mental health, that can help you with your personal development and well-being. I did not make it up. But more than anything, my brother and sister, I want to encourage you while you're in a transitional period, do not give up. If your business isn't earning like you want it to earn, if your life isn't where you want it to be, if you don't have as much as you hope you'd have, if you're not as far as you want to be, if you're still a little bit scared to get started, do not stop living because you feel down on yourself. Remember to be kind to yourself and live an amazing life on purpose. So many of the things I've done on this list, I didn't even do it with money. Remember, I'm a graduate student. Yes, I am married, but and also I am a parent, I am a sister, I am a daughter. I got a lot of stuff going on that stretches the resources that I have extremely thin. But the amazing thing is I found ways to be able to live through my transitional experiences with amazing, amazing joy. Hobbies. I started drawing. I actually taught myself how to knit, honey. I have been crocheting since I was like 18 years old. So these are things that I do in my free time when I feel like it, right? There are so many things that I do that, help to refuel me and keep me motivated. Oh my goodness. Self-care is critical. For me, for self-care, I might give myself a pedicure or a manicure. I do it on my own and it's amazing. I take time for myself. These things have helped me on the journey. And because of that, I've actually been able to accomplish so many goals doing these things, and I want that for you. I want you to know, my brothers and sisters, I'm not projecting at you. I'm with you. You are not alone. I am here with you. This is a community and a safe space. This world that we're living in is so topsy-turvy and unusual. And there is so much going on around us that we cannot control. But if we can find a place within where we are right now, in this season, regardless of what goes on around us, we will be well because we change the way we think about things. Everything that I gave you as a strategy can be done with no money. All it takes is a little bit of creativity. And if you wanted me to do a video on the creative ways that we can do some of these things that I've shared on this list with little to no money, I'd love to do that. You just have to put a comment in the comment box and I will be sure to create a video for you. All right, my brothers and sisters, be encouraged. Until next time. Oh, wait. Pause. Before we get out of here, please don't forget to put on your notification bells, because I'll be telling you that we're going to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And when life is lifing, you're going to get your 3 videos, but they might be in all kind of order. Next, don't forget to subscribe, listen, and share the content. There are so many people that are going through difficult times. Even if they get on this platform just to laugh, invite them, because I am very dramatic on purpose. I want you to not only get information, but to be entertained at the same time. Also, don't forget to like. Yeah. Don't forget to comment. Why? Because our algorithm loves that. And they will send people to our community if they see that you're engaging as well. Okay? Now that we got it all out the way, my brothers and sisters, be encouraged. And until next time, blessings to you today, my friends.
Just in case you